Protection Agency Authority. Okay. Yes. Environmental Protection Authority. Yes. Opinion order. Nsawam adwajere. Oye opinion pa. Mr. Abudu Musa. Yes. Yensaka no oba studio. Ono any Mr. Emmanuel Kobina Kemavo. Yes. Mwakwaba. Welcome.
Thank you.
How is it?
Yeah, it's good.
Great. Yes. So briefly now yebehwe omedwuma omuye no and titiri hwe mra na agency say authority. It means mra kwan so no omedwuma no definitely there will be some changes and into so no it has been brought so that it will enhance and then at least give them more room to be able to operate effectively. Nintina omusisa emra no ntino yebema wa enchechemu ama de o emra no mu efa ejumayefo ene omo Nsawam adwajere sitiri kwan ambefa so omune office nyina no betimi ejuma because they are not there to come and worry or disturb any businesses there be. It is in the best interest of businesses rather to have friends saying bodies like that so that ye nyina no betimi ati ho ase but ye nsaka say press abia omo businesses omo Nsawam adwajere omo di tuja much earlier into pese ye tie no ye ba na ye abedi enkomo afa de ekoso no bia ntiase enhyede nye adwuma no na nyina no yatimi ati ye ho ase enti mo kai ho na enkontinue na ekotie press conference na omo ye
oma tutume de adoso me amete ha me ka say me ye chairman man ka sa me shop oma batum what say man comply into oma batum manya me nko adome yeti hey dodo na shops oma tutum mprempre ame na wo ka say bishop da so tuma wo mie esa so wo se wonim na wo bia o de mra be ya adwuma ene se oma police abeto e de wakoto abankokum yanso yempenesa aninti na yese mpanyimfo wate yanka wo momoden na wo mra na wo meboa yen assembly esa se ansa na wo be hye adwuma di bia se wo municipal ha no wo ba assembly na wo ba gi permit nti permit assembly ni bi entie bia no ye bobo de se ye tua a ye wo ho krata ho na EPA de prakope na obepie mu nti nia waka no yante ase sampo so otumi ba ye nran ase efre yen e kire so tibia se na erokoso na nia wo ba be ye ni asesa se wo be ye ni nti sei ena se obi a oye adwuma wo municipal no mu bia utua ya ready ye bete won ase na prakope na wa ba so ro tutumi shop mu na man comply with you 48 hours minja ya adwuma ye ne de enuanom wa won hwe say ya wo na wa de saade ni diwa so ebe ya wo de anu nti na ye tete ha no you ni ayehwehwe fi mpanyimfo ho mprempren ne say ye nya ye adwen say ye comply to EPA permit ye betua nanso asese wonya abotre na wa kirekire yen mu ye nya ntiase ansa na ye tua ne atoso abien penalties on ma se aguso no anu ya den mpanyimfo mbremu na wonyi penalties ne ya den mfiso yan ya yo mamba pa enti to bia asafata yen so mamba pa se ye tua no ya ye krado se ye betua na sa odi penalties beka ho wa bra ya enti ho hwe de mpanyimfo yesremo
yo wene de edi kan say 2 my mfa ba kono so nka ho preko na entimi endi ehunkomo eni openyi Mr. Abudu Musa ono eni Mr. Emmanuel Kobina ensaka omo ewo studio se na be metimi ayi nsem nkomo yi metimi ayi ano amaye na enyina atimi ati di ekono ase na momenti we so
ko ho ankurankura no wonya duru ho a obekwa akotu se adwumayefo no ewo office ho chese won mu nipa kura mfa na nyahwi won nyiri se wo ye panyi wo ba ya no ne ukasa ene ha oni ukasa sabia ope sa ne manyina no emwa yen afensa omo ba yen shops nse omo ba betum no ye kan so omo twen ye the petition akoma municipal assembly no omo ka tire yen se MC kura de onu kura de ni obeka kura de omo ntie efiso onu kura de wonu nyinam no osakora yes rawon ye ni abriye yenka say MC Yoma kasa oswanti ono so yenka bi nkyere no ye ka kyerɛ ne sɛ saa dwumadi a yɛdi ɔmfa ne ho ngyem na ɔnkokudi emaye enye saa ɔtene office hɔ ade ti a yɛne ne bɛba bɛtena hɔ na yɛgye didie sika akwa akɔhwɛ yɛn ma enti sɛ ɔsɔ yɛ panyin a ɔda yɛn anu a ɛne ɔnkɔkɔ din sɛ ɔbɛko ama yɛn na enye saa de a enche obeti yenka e baabi biara owo ya no asi.
Yo, we need the consent from some businesses within the municipality. The reason a lot of concerns about the operations of the EPA within the Nsawam Municipal Assembly. Mr. Abudu, if you can help us, I don't know whether you've heard it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
please.
what is happening?
Yes, so thank you once again. Good morning to all listeners. Within Nsawam Adwoyiri Municipality and beyond, as an office,
Baraka FM.
our operational area goes beyond just Nsawam Adwoyiri Municipality to even include parts of Akopin Sap,
Oh, okay.
Asatupu Krum,
Okay.
and then Upper West Akim, that's Adeso
Okay.
and his environs. To also even include parts of Yensuono. And even parts of Lower West Akim.
Okay.
So that is the operational area of the Nsawam District Office Environmental Protection Authority.
Okay.
Yes, so EPA, we it's a friendly body.
Okay.
Of course, mandated to protect the environment.
Yeah.
And in doing so, we always want to collaborate. That's what I will emphasize on. And the environment protection is a concern for all of us.
Yeah.
If the environment is safe, it is safe for all of us. And so it's a broad range of activities that EPA has to do, ensuring that the environment is safe for all of us to live and preserve it for our future generations. Having said so, yes, I think I listened to the videos you played. Yes, it's a society we are building.
Okay.
We are concerned about everything. We equally collaborate with the assembly a lot. In my few months of stay here, I can testify that there are a lot of issues that with the assembly we have collaborated, even after the SPC and the sub-technical meetings and other things that I won't go into, maybe all of them here. But
So the relationship
EPA,
between you
it's
and
very
MC
cordial. It's very
okay.
cordial.
Okay.
It's very cordial from the MC to coordinating director to the works engineer and the rest. It's very cordial. And even some, even the projects that they refer to come to EPA, they do. There are some they refer, they don't come. When we go for the meetings to coordination, there are some we talk for this one we need EPA. Some we require fire and other. So we've been collaborating until this compliance thing came and there are emerging issues which I think are not that. Yes, sir.
So before we go to the compliance, I believe maybe
Yes, sir. So what I just want to
okay.
have a highlight is that
Okay.
the aim of EPA is not to collapse businesses for that one day. If we are not to sustain, I don't think that we are to for that one day. Yes, so yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Wagner, if you can help us with the translation, yes. Briefly, what did he say?
Okay, so good morning to your listeners. Me say, a penny ni wakabe na nitinti nititi and say,
Baraka
our presence
FM.
in Nsawam here is not to collapse businesses. Me say any assembly ni edinkuta undi bebre. We are here to regulate them. You have said you need to be juma. And send me boss guy no. There are a lot of environmental issues, and as an impact arising with this some of these businesses. In fact, it will scale like the money too. Some of them we recommend procedures and some environmental measures are put in place. Almost I mean activities no environmentally compatible. Into no hana ya wono enye say ya target you be and enye say ya wahasa ya betieti ya obi. I say me one of the videos language omusu and I must say ya bar with Rambo style. Nini na no MSNTSA. Their course and they say a compliance exercise and no chronic free EPAT head office and a bar in Nsawam. Trying to bring all these businesses on board. So we initially invited them. So mumra ni enyo monka. Na their course wa I say omubo antom yem the onboarding process. I say down their course so say omumbra on board na yen to me regulate you say the be your business no mo yen ombenya nkrata
But I won't because Saudi to Jano, you know, that's why I wanted to. That was the first concern they raised, that they are ready to comply, but it's like you've taken them by unaware, sort of like no name say bibisa ewo. Now all of a sudden, wabano sanke say muni intimindi inkita ho, and there should be some kind of communication or some information that will be disseminated for all of them to be aware of your presence and your operations.
Okay, so yeah, so that they may be right if they say so, yes. Because for all laws, there's a need also to do education sensitization.
Okay.
It's also to say that we've been silenced on it. We've done a lot of education sensitization. If you testify to that fact, even before the coming of this compliance, I was here on this same studio to run almost an hour discussion with you, and brought in the issue of the need for business to comply, and even also brought about the issue about our enforcement, and stated categorically businesses within all sectors that will require EPA regulations. Yes, and so the other thing is that yes, the education might not be able to transcend down to almost every individual. That one, I will acknowledge that. But we've also done a lot in the time being, and going forward, we will scale up the education. And I think when they came to the office and we engaged,
so they came to the office.
They came to the office. Yes, they came to the office, and yes, it's a public office. The office, I don't own the office. No one owns the office. It's a public office run by individuals who are Ghanaians. It's a government office, and so it will be wrong for you to come and say, "I won't listen, I won't engage." You know that one will not be appropriate. Okay. And I think I also heard the one was concerned that the petition, yes, and I did indicate that when they came to the office, the leadership mentioned that they are businessmen or women in Nsawam municipality. And I said, yes, so we engaged. Okay. But I also did mention that the petition that was received was for block factory operators. And so it meant that the businessmen and women is a larger group than the petition, and the petition we receive. I think that they are returned from the principal, and it was received, and we acted on it. Right, but it's just because the fact that he mentioned we have a national compliance that is going on, and it wasn't just that Nsawam was targeted. In fact,
so it is across the country.
It's across the country. Currently, they are working in 3 different regions. Currently, so this very team is working in the Eastern region. And within the Eastern region, they started in Kufri, the regional capital, and the 2 weeks came to Suhum Enclave, worked for 2 more weeks before they came to Nsawam. And as I speak now, they are doing mop-up in Nsawam, Etiwe areas all. And then they're moving to Sumaya, to Esejaman, and then to Oda, and then lastly, Nkoko areas. If they didn't want to come back for mop-up, they won't. But there's agency to cover the entire country. And I didn't mention also to them that the activity even started in Greater Accra. Accra was divided into Accra West, Accra East. Accra West, Amasama Enclave, up to Dansoman, to Weja, and then Tama Enclave all the way to Alenta.
Baraka FM.
Then we did Ashanti region. Western region was done. This is the 4th region. Even there's another team that's working on the Ahafu areas, Ahafu and the Bunu areas. So, but I understand also that running the business and then a day you are told by a government agency that you need to comply. Yeah, we share that concern, and I made that very known to them. That EPA is concerned. The EPA is not out to collect businesses. And I also mentioned that it wasn't just like targeted in Nsawam. Even within the region, we started from somewhere before we go to Nsawam and Dwajiri. And within Nsawam and Dwajiri, it wasn't just only here. They did for the operational area of the office, which included parts of Abri, which is what is it? Aquapin Sat. Then we did that in Nsawam and Dwajiri entirely. We did part of Nsawam. We also even did Upper West Akem entirely, and then we did part of Lower West Akem. So it wasn't just even here only for Nsawam and Dwajiri. And so I also asked that even if you look at the fact that yes, we collaborate with the MC, now the MC, the assembly here, the same way we do for Upper West Akem. We will have meetings with them in every quarter, right? And then it is other enclaves that we only work, but we don't do collaboration with them. It's the other offices that do their collaborations. And so we have that cordial relationship with the assembly as well as businesses over this time. And EPA didn't just start today. EPA started. I think one also mentioned that EPA is not 2025 EPA started. I said no. EPA started way by 1974 as Environmental Protection Council.
But we're not having the powers.
No, not at all, not at all. But the power is just that it was to, you know, there were issues that became high on the what is it on the UN Charter on the Environment, and after the Second World War, most of these reforms globally had to come in to protect the environment for us, and that's where globally there was a need for countries to protect the environment, and so all countries had environmental bodies that needed to advise their governments, and so Ghana, not an exception, formulated a body called the Environmental Protection Council. Then it was only an advisory body to the governments. But subsequently, up to 1994, there was a need to make it a strong body, where the Environmental Protection Agency Act was promulgated by former president and his government. Then, that's one even under under
Government
NDC government. Then, and then the Act 409 then gave birth to Environmental Protection Agency. It has been then, and then 1999 we had an Environmental Assessment Regulation 1652, and that has been on, and almost all this
as you are saying,
yes.
they might not know this because maybe they don't have a feeling of it within their catchment area.
It's also because
like
the office, because the office wasn't here, was a region that covered almost the entire eastern region, except or that we had an area office covering five districts as one. Also, we had a prior office that covered the range down to Nkoko, about 4 districts also, and that's a lot for area offices. But it's just recently that we have decentralized further to districts. Even though we are not in almost every district. I've just mentioned in our office, we cover in Nsawam, we cover Upper West Akim, that's others. So we even cover parts of South Kwapin Sat, and then even parts of Lower West Akim. That's a lot for us to run. And so once we are doing that, you begin to feel us more. But I've mentioned we are to enhance businesses to operate and operate in a way that it doesn't also affect the environment so much that we become a threat.
Right. Obeni, why na nkomo ayedi die me gidi say because yebomori akwase bia chairman no because sabu kan me mwa say the omu yewie muni omu atimi etina office
so for
yes
2 hours in the office there.
Sure until yebema yebeti but nka obeti me ncheche mefa say omuka say omu enye say ebi omu person bedi mraso. They are citizens and they are willing to comply. But just that they were not omni preoccupana. I say aba and also no person anka mo America kra. Ntino those are the issues are omu kantino ebia some comment my chichi mefa dia okan na.
Okay.
Na say na eto aso.
Okay.
Let me say no cry. Mobile office. I'm also mobile
Baraka FM.
EPA to mo businesses so mo nyuma so na ye be invite mo so mo mra na ye ne mo fa emra kwan so na mobile no mo so mo de amasem to yenim say emse na aka no e yem pofrim e ade bia na mo ni na in fact some of them cry chere say EPA cry na mo nyende mo nteda na what they are familiar with assembly permit ni e no mo ka ama ye mo fa small education and a sensitization mo kakra na yes sometimes from some omra ye momo sometimes frame dey some
Baraka FM
na mobile no na impenifo di omofa onboarding process say e bia be say there be you can get on board and then your activity will be registered na eno na am say anya omode ihye ya am say impenifo di go akwamu omo no anya omode na emo bi so kire say they were not informed, pre-informed. Na adentina perfume IP aba ejuma eso abema 48 hours. So onye na eno ya kire omo say IP ejuma na ye no sabi enye yen eye tumi na ye de sabi ye de mra na ye de eye ejuma na ye sanso wo de ye wo mpanifo enye omo ye de eye ejuma ti omo di petition ni ba ye no yenso ye reform to yenso ye mpanifo say okay asema mo de be die ase peculiar disari ya mumwe muko ye penifo na moye de muni omo ending gutown di say be ya ebia from there no you can reach maybe mutual resolution the abotoyembe beba. So another thing you know, another thing you videos out there, some on Facebook. In fact, some of the words I heard interactions they were not even what actually transpired in the office when they came.
Okay.
Because last week when they stormed the office, somebody read bandage in
Yes.
Ma'am, your mother want to be courageous and because washrooms. Then they see and then you be and I say. So, you know, as a
Baraka FM.
But they look at me to Maka found is a baby about three.
Yeah.
In fact, they are complaining, say they were not pre-informed. And I like the senior mankind. Presence in
Nanka Ebia, boss, can you tell us the issue of penalty? What happens? Because I'm saying penalty, no one. They were saying that the issue of the penalty.
Yes,
if you could look into it again, because it seems it's too much for them.
Okay, so if you look at our assessment regulation, LI 2504 of 2025 again, and implementing the acts, and I've mentioned that the act is so broad, even though that's our source of power or the mandate, but it's broad, and so the LI comes to give clarity. And so there's always an assessment regulation which gives clarity to the acts. And even above that, usually we have what we call the standards and guidelines, which comes to give further clarity to even the and so if you look at the issues of penalties, now the law says that before the commencement, which is a law I said one, before the commencement of the activities, which, and of course, every activity, I've always maintained that every activity has an impact on the environment once you commence it. Yeah. But of course, it will now depend on the magnitude or the scale of the impacts. That tells us what to do and how to regulate the activity. And so we are able to do that when we map and we have that activity under our control. And so in doing that, we classify them as being micro or minor or small or medium or large scale, depending on the impact levels. And so once you have commenced or you are in operation without the environmental permit, it seems that the law is being defied. Right.
What if you don't know? You are not unaware.
Yes, that's a problem. And of course, usually we say, which is not fair, though ignorance of the law sometimes one excuse. That's not fair generally. Yeah. That's not fair generally, but that's what it has come to be. And so, in also doing the law, it's just like you and I paying taxes. You are paying taxes generally, but do you want to benefit entirely or equally, as because we are all paying taxes? Sometimes you pay taxes, but the road to your house is no good. Someone maybe even pays less taxes compared to you, but the road to that person's house is so tight, is so in good condition that when you look at it, you begin to be why you are so bad. That's what sometimes, that's not to say is the ideal or the equivalent situation, but realistically, some of the issues sometimes when it happens, we just need to collaborate and need to exactly. And so the penalties come in when you have commenced the activity without the involvement of EPA. And so when that happens, it says that the operator or the owner has to pay ×3 of the environmental levy the person was supposed to pay. Similarly, if you had it and the payment had expired, then it's the same ×3 you are required to pay to get the activity regularized. And so I've mentioned also that we are just implementing an act and an ally that has been handed over to the authority to implement, signed by the sector minister because it was approved by Parliament. And our current environmental act was a very last one that was passed by the previous Parliament. It was the very last. I think there were six bills to be passed, and it was the very last one to be passed. It's not so to say that EPA is new. I've mentioned that right from 1974, EPA has been there. It is just that continuously it has been enhanced, and now we have that autonomy where we are an authority, and then we have more powers to work to be able to protect the environment for all of us. And that is why we are beginning to see a scale up in some of the activities that we are doing. And then because of the presence of the office and the coming of the national compliance team, then has facilitated the rapid bringing on board of businesses that has become an issue for us all too. But I think that it is something that we can find solution to.
Penalties and something.
Yes. Internal Sena.
I was saying you say one person but special person motion man
and so that also mean that so it means that it will require a revision of our airlines, which goes beyond us.
Oh.
Right. Because we are reporting on the activity. You have I don't want to use as an example, but I will have to.
Yeah.
On the start of this very facility, you apply for environmental permits. You did. Officers came here to do the screening, which we go out inspection or screening, and reported on it. We forwarded to CEO's ex. You were invoiced and you paid. It didn't come with any penalty, did it? No. That was way back last year or two. And so even before this activity, you have your EPA permit.
Yeah.
Yes. So in that way, it would never come with any penalty. So assuming that you didn't have it and the officers came,
visit you.
It is also to say that we were not working. We were working, but of course, they have come in terms of numbers. We were enhanced and we're able to cover more within a space of a short time. And so ideally, we would have invited you. And the law says that once you have violated and you are giving your enforcement, everything you do is within 48 hours. That's what the law says.
All right. Okay. So hold on. I think we have the chairman on the line. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Open Pacho Udi.
Good morning, friend. Emmanuel Yalmachi.
Yes, Emmanuel.
Okay, so you know him.
Yes, Emmanuel. Good morning.
All right.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Very well, sir. Very well, so.
Great. Now, I say anything you need GC because Baraka FM the Emre Bia no se na be kuyi ama nyina na ate ho ase na bibia timi akọ because businesses no idea eni ho a ende o man nankasa no eni gina so bia aha ntino de na wo ka nkomo ayedi. Hello, Mr. Manuel.
Hello, Minia.
Yes, who online? So, me say, I don't know what fire and come ID.
Yo, me da se. Me de hukwan we bechia mpenyufo a ewo studio iho nyina. Ane mpenyine na be de chire ane mpenyufo wo Ghana ha nyina. Ane won I want Nsawam ha so.
Okay.
Person de hukwan we chia me customers nyina.
All right.
Kakra me wo ekfa nkomo amudi ehu ne se tesenia na okano enokre the petition ma wo through the assembly but ya antehwe ya hyase no because that we catch us say the share
okay
number my feedback bia nti ya show many ma ya antehwe na say you 2 1 among nti ya press conference and they call assembly ho and they call honorable salon ho kobo na mani so up to date ya ntefi no so yampa ono so 2 1 among na no kwa assembly say omo penyin o ko fodua no kra ye say nka obeba but when to me amba nti wa yan hihye foforo na mso okay say be yi mo ma yen ko ye be ko EP office ho na nchechim bi e wo ho no na ya kwate wo
EP office e wo Nsawam okay
nti ampa etu anamon eko to menu ya panyin ya Mr. Abudu
okay
ene nkrofo eduma for ye wure mu no de anije agien for so mu nyina
Baraka
bi se bibi boni bi si wo ho
David
sani ana mo keka se ebinum dware kwahye dwane kwahye adware ne sabi
obeji o say ma de omu ready here.
But we didn't see anything like that. Honestly speaking, we didn't see anything like because I was there.
So it was a warm reception.
It was friendly. So yes, it was
friendly. And yes, Obina, no be catch them. Then I go office, 1 or 2 ladies, and at one me grana meeting about echi. And I'm facing back, and I'm in your kasa. Yes. And the ochire and send ya okay, yeah, say the EPA started in 1974, about 1999 amendment, and LI 204 2025, and also amendment to me. Into my pray inform, and even Cronwa as a person, grand or call other FM stations acquire announcements near there. Now when simple when members and crackers we able to do and I say because say and come GD pass a better was a more meeting I sure. Now so the beside the anchor so ya baha ya bana so nwemu enye gidigidi enye ntokwa ya this ready and ya dey beto mani
Baraka FM
ya ready say you betua eto ayi to ya ready say you betua na mum buy the pressure 48 hours yeah more 48 don't show the 9 I will check said don't show the now will check that's went to me and comply yeah but two shop me cry but two me shop
oh sorry
but yes yeah as I send you more yard no customers were honey a pump customers and obi mfia I didn't happen to send you a be a walk of bokro no be. And I said, why you be bonny be na? Yapa watching why ye now. Until a drop tension. Tell you at the Niano, a palm customers who were you a piafo for white, a hoof riding bowser. And the acatum so, I decided, my and breakakra. That's a whole bass within 48 hours, mean raises a certain amount of money. Minia. Say sebi me go to you firm. So me go bank class me go facility within 48 hours. E be to me amania. Any possible sir. Nti ono so akire ni amemu a na yete ya ho ase. Na yes okay sir dey na ye no come penyin ho ko fodu. Nti nyankopon adom ye ko fodu a ene ye ne mpanyimfo so kwatena ase. I won't say the castle. Okay, I say, yes, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Do and you're fair.
Yes, it's not
fair. When I implement it, so when you say you're fair, yeah, and when you will be there, what you say,
yeah, what you say.
Now, so me or no, or a smart phone to send a man so me a smart phone.
Sure.
Into a kind say young go on a penny, yeah, and I'm check. Yes, shedda, any a company for no. Yes, so you know, Quatanase. A cassa, I answer your call homogeneous a tomb. That's an attending MC so buying.
Okay,
and I go who penny.
MC, honorable salon.
Yeah, on one a boy in my point. A go who and yeah, they are summoning a kind. On also church and in same 10 year okay, yeah, say on also order from above. Yeah. And shisha and Mraya shisha from Parliament and Abba. Now so say and ya don't to me, I will be I'm say fine. Yeah, to me, you will be, but he nipa. And a nipa so there. Yeah, the cruise there, the nipa na chichi. And I say, nipa anywhere. Emra nipa. Nipa intina mra so intina nipa. And so far as I know, you don't man to me initial inside there. There is always a way of doing things. They be a say what you do doesn't matter, but how you do it. Inti okwanya over fashion in nipa no e dinkita hono. E betumi aboa say sika u betumi agekura ma na aboro so. But say obana say we de gidigidi. E begia say bi o you obi ano owo sante ase no. E bia na kofansa fufura ya dai aba yenso ye mpenesa ba so nya abotre na chirechire ni panum na ote no ho ase a anka me ya said ya sumdie be ya dai ebeba nto